Morning entertainment. Break your day right. Daybreak Hitz.
All right, Hits 1039 FM. Of course, this is Daybreak Hits. And yes, indeed, it is a morning. It is a Friday morning. And I hope we have started your day beautifully with you. And since we have started, she was seen visibly distressed over being forced to cut her hair as part of the school's enrollment process. Now, the clip, which has been circulating across social media platforms, has reignited debates about Ghana's long-standing policy that requires female students in public secondary schools to keep low-cut hair. Many Ghanaians have called for a review, arguing that the rule is outdated in 2025 and stifles students' freedom of expression. Now, reacting to the incident, Ghanaian musician Adoma questioned the rationale behind the rule, comparing it to her experience in Nigeria. And I quote, this is what she wrote on X. She says, I still don't understand this. Had extremely long hair in boarding school in Nigeria. That was in JHS. And every other Saturday, braiders would come to braid in a style the school had given. Imagine my shock coming to boarding school in Ghana, SHS, and I was told to cut it all off. She tweeted, And this morning, we're asking questions, and many Ghanaian schools still enforce short hair for girls. Now, we want to ask if this rule outdated, whether it's still outdated or it's still necessary, and should students be given more freedom to express themselves through their appearance, and does that undermine discipline? And also, we want to know if should senior high school girls be granted the right to maintain their hair through trimming or styling, provided that it aligns with the standards set in the school's enrollment policy. Now, these are questions we're asking, and I've seen the video. And when I saw it, I felt sad for her.
Yeah.
But I want to tell you that every grown-up person who is complaining today, apart from those who went to, the international schools and the private schools, each and every one of us had to cut our hair before going to secondary school. And when I say cut, this one, we used to call it back then sweat. You cut it all down.
All down.
Before
Mirror.
you go. It's like you cut it and go to school, whether you like it or not. And you see, we had to adjust to it because we all came to meet it at that point, at that time.
Yeah.
So yesterday I saw a video of Jay Foley, who said that said we are going to keep cutting the hair until all the millennials who are currently in those schools come up for maybe a Gen Z to take over.
Yes.
Until then,
change.
Trust me, if you go and call an older person right now, I mean, most of these headmistresses or people who are handling these schools, and you ask them why, listen, they'll give you 120 reasons why you should cut your hair. Yeah. When I started the Doreen Avio show, it was one of my topics for discussion. And I remember when I asked my guest at the time, she was she explained that most of the time when these students have the hair, for instance, if weekend they are not able to braid their hair, then they come to school with bushy hair. So some of them, they go ahead and even braid the hair in such a way that when they're in class, they have to be, swinging the hair, and the focus is so much on the hair than what they're supposed to do, or why they are in school. She gave so many reasons, and at that juncture, all I could say is that she's not a young woman, so she will not understand.
I don't buy that thing. To me, is BS. Forgive me.
No, say we are Gen Z, so we
did you not cut your hair before going to school?
Yes, and I hated it. You know why? Because I'm like, what does hair have to do with your brain?
Unfortunately,
to me,
we came to meet it. And as I said, Jay Foley said, until all those millennials
come out of there,
there is no way anything. Look, if you have to go round and ask all these headmasters and headmistresses
why they do that. Like when I go to SHS first. I've always had cut hair.
So
Because
what's
my
the
mother,
big deal?
when I go to class 1, my mother said, okay, my dear, it is time for you to go and cut because they say you have to cut. And at that time, I didn't understand and I was really happy to cut it. But then when I was growing up, I was like, why are we cutting this hair? Do you understand? And then we get to SHS and then I cut my hair. I go and they say, it's so bushy, go and cut it down.
Yes.
I said, hey.
It was called sweat.
Yeah, it's sweat, bro.
For my school, if they touch it and they're able to feel something, then you have to.
I'm
go and
like,
cut
but
it.
what is it? At least you said cut. We've cut the hair. Are you trying to? Can we be swinging cut hair?
No.
Even if it was afro, fine. But this is literally.
You couldn't even keep.
You see, sometimes you want to do some small fading to the side.
You can't do that. To look, even at a point, some of us thought that maybe because it's grown a bit, you just brush it and scarf it, so that it will style and look
Sometimes
nice.
we even use iron so that it will sleep.
Yo.
And look at, if I tell you what
wake
my head shape was when I was in SHS, my head shape was terrible. And you make me go and cut all the hair. You can't even see one hair on my head.
Yes.
I mean, it never really made sense.
It would never make sense to anybody.
Not at all.
My head was like pampantry.
Oh wow!
The pampantry, you know what pampantry
Yes.
is? Yes. So that was how my head was. And imagine you cut all that hair, and
Away.
when you even try to style it a bit, you go and in assembly, they'll just use something like maybe a tail comb
to
raise
raise
it. And when they see, hey, it just
Go and cut your hair.
You have to go and cut
My
your hair.
my thing is, if you are smart, you are smart. If you learn, you learn. Hair, dress, it doesn't change
you
anything
see-
because two things I never understood in school was hair and then the length of the dress, because they are expecting your uniform to be closer to your toe. I'm like, are we coming to? Are we sisters of the
On
Lord?
your knee or slightly above, fine. But
Slightly
your toe,
above, my dear.
one.
It was never slightly above.
You can only do that when you get to SHS 3.
So if there's any Motowner here, we were only happy when we're going to wear Bloody Mary, because in Form 3 we wear the green version of Ashmote's uniform. We had a red and white version that only Form 3s were allowed to wear. We wear it on Fridays.
Yes.
That one day when we wear, then you do this one.
So you see,
Like, actually,
but it's something, and I mean, when I saw the way the girl was
Crying.
she was crying. It was so sad, but
That's-
it has been going on for years. Yes,
Yeah.
this one is the one that somebody has gone to film and put on social media. That's why you're all upset. But I want to tell you that this is not the first. Students have been cutting their
is
hair.
it the small girl that was crying?
Yes.
She looks
But
so
then-
sad.
So sad. But then the 2021, the Rastafarian guy
Yo.
at Achimota,
As
how
much
did
one,
that-
no, he was able to argue it out.
And
That's
keep
why
his
he
hair.
didn't. Yeah.
But this one, she's alone. She can't argue it out.
No, and if you don't have any valuable reason, do you think everybody wants to do law case?
Okay,
Lawsuit?
so me in my school, even the foreigners that came with her, they were allowed to keep it because they came with some doctor's report or something.
I beg
So if you
you.
argue it out well,
I remember a
can
girl
win.
came from America. And she had all her hair, thinking, you know what the headmistress said?
No.
When you come to Roman, you do
Do
what
what
the
the
Romans
Romans
do.
do.
They asked her to go and cut her hair, so she went to cut her hair to come and join us in the school. And when you see her, and it's been going on. I just want Ghanaians to know that it has been going on. If we're going to question this or fight this, let's start doing it now. Let's not wait for next year, something like that to come up again before we come and make noise and you come and see people writing big English on social media.
Grammar.
Do you know what we have been through?
we are waiting for the Gen Zs
Go
to
and
be
see the headmistresses who are wearing those glasses. Those they are big glasses there. No? Go and tell them that they should not cut their hair. You see what they will tell you. Anyway, that's our big story this morning. We want your thoughts on it. 0548-841-039 is our WhatsApp number. And also don't forget to drop it via social media pages. We'll be reading your comments. And you can, whilst you share your comments, your opinions, you can also share your experiences. If you went to school and you were asked to cut your hair, how you managed it and how you felt about it. We'll look forward to that. Now, Headlines is brought to you by Betway. You always get way more with Betway. What do we have, ladies?
Oh, well, in our headlines today, my first story is coming from myjournline.com, and it says the GES condemns shooting incident at Garu DA school. And of course, that's a very sad one. And moving on from that, Mahama swears in 37 new justices of the High Court. MyJoyline.com has the rest of that story. Now, she'll be remembered for women's empowerment. Professor Ajimandua mourns Nana Kunedu, and may her soul rest in peace. Yesterday when I heard the news, Charlie, easy. MyJoyOnline.com has that story. Now, Nana Kunedu Ajiman Rollins lived a fruitful life. Bafo Ajimandua is saying this again. You can get more of that on MyJoyOnline.com. She promoted Ghanaian tradition through fashion. Ajimandua eulogizes Kunedu again. MyJoyOnline.com has the rest of that story.
Now, this one says that three suspected robbers have been arrested at Malam Junction. Get more of that on MyJoyOnline.com. You were a true matriarch. Cheddar eulogizes Nana Kunedu Ajiman Rollins. Get more of that on MyJoyOnline.com. Now, Mahama leads a moment of respect in honor of late Kunedu Ajiman Rollins. Get more of that on MyJoyOnline.com. Now, government urged to ensure policy accountability in 24-hour economy implementation. Get more of that on MyJoyOnline.com. Ashanti region will deliver 70% votes for Baumia Prochum. Prachum Sapong is the one saying that. Get more of that on AdomOnline.com.
Well, still here on AdomOnline.com, this one says that government reviews curfew in Nkwanta Township and environs, and you can get more of that, as I said, on AdomOnline.com. Now, Majority Caucus mourns former First Lady Nana Kunedu Ajiman Rollins. Moving away from that, police assure maximum security ahead of Ojra Festival in Ekropon. AdomOnline.com has the rest of that story. Now, Bueman SHS headmaster appeals for upgrade to Category A, and AdomOnline.com still has that story. Now, MGL's Abdullah Abudu takes over as new Giba president. You can get more of that on AdomOnline.com.
All right. Now, President John Dramani Mahama reaffirms commitment to modernizing Ghana's transport sector. Get more of that on AdomOnline.com. Have you guys seen the new train?
Yes.
Yeah, where is it? Where is this located? Because I
don't know, but it will usually be around Tema or something.
Really?
The famous train.
Oh, it's so nice. Yeah.
The day they were unveiling it, they launched it, and then someone touched the emergency, and then it broke
It gave the signal.
Yeah, it gave the signal. So they were stuck there for about an hour before. And they were like, hey, new train.
Yeah.
Someone
NACOC arrests 13 in major drug raid at Ekropon. Get more of that on AdomOnline.com. 49-year-old fisherman arrested for allegedly defiling 13-year-old girl at Mumford. Get more of that, Charlie.
So this issue, I read into the issue and not knowing that the man... And the most painful part is, as he was raping her, his friends were filming.
Oh, the man's friends.
They were in the room and they were filming. He was sleeping with a 13-year-old girl. So the whole issue is, he says that he has been toasting the little girl, that he likes her and all of those things. And he had been giving her money, and it had amounted to 80 cedis. And then he wanted to have his way with her. And the lady was like, oh, no. Right? And so she's going to provide that 80 cedis that you've given me, and I'm going to give it back to you. And he said, no, may Timika. And for every hour that he sleeps with her, that is like 20 cedis off. Like, how? And his friends were there filming.
80 cedis.
What's the world is becoming,
80 cedis.
Yeah. So you file a 13-year-old.
When they arrest him, they should put him on a table and lash him.
And you know they're annoying. I'm like, these type of things deserve life imprisonment.
Yeah.
You don't put this person in for like 10 years. What did the person learn? You have defiled a 13-year-old. Do you know the harm you may have caused to this girl? For the rest of her life, it's imprinted in her memory. Like, sometimes I'm like, the law, Charlie. Oh. Anyways,
but he was caught, because there are certain people doing it and we don't even know about it.
Yes.
34 arraigned over Ariase shooting during Ojra Festival. Get more of that on AdomOnline.com. And the mechanic found dead, and the mysterious circumstances at Larabanga. Get more of that on AdomOnline.com.
Okay, now still here on AdomOnline.com. 7 men charged for allegedly attacking Tesano police commander. Show anybody than a police commander. Well, AdomOnline.com has the rest of that story. Now let's move all the way to GhanaWeb.com, and this one says that be humane and incorruptible in your judgment. President Mahama to new High Court. And also in the news, KNUST eulogizes Nana Kunedu Ajiman Rollins. GhanaWeb.com has the rest of that story. Now, government confirms passing of former First Lady Nana Kunedu Ajiman Rollins, and of course, we all know the story. GhanaWeb.com has the story. Now, court issues arrest warrant for new suspect in immigration officer's murder. GhanaWeb.com has the rest of that story. Now, 22 Burkinabés arrested in Amansi West Galamsey crackdown. Hey, we have foreigners. Okay, well, I mean, Chinese are already here, so I'm not surprised. GhanaWeb.com has the rest of that story.
Well, still on GhanaWeb.com, it says that 22 Burkinabés arrested in Amansie West. Galamsey crackdown, that's what you just said, right? Now, anti-LGBTQ bill, pastors should pray for sinners and not condemn them. UCC lecturer is the one saying that. Get more of that on GhanaWeb.com. I'll quit my career if Kwame Eugene succeeds again. Kwame Yogurt declares. Get more of that.
He's out. He's
just... well,
something not right.
Get more of that on GhanaWeb.com. Discipline is the key for creatives to earn corporate sponsorship. Shatawale is the one saying that. Get more of that on GhanaWeb.com. Holy Spirit healed me. Tonto DK opens up about overcoming personal struggles. Get more of that on GhanaWeb.com. Ghanaians don't understand my language. Tiny on why he's never won best rapper.
Well, still on GhanaWeb.com. This one says that music is what puts food on my table. Yao Talk is saying this. GhanaWeb.com has that story. And marry one woman for peace of mind. Agnes Opoku Ajiman. Agnes, please let the men speak. Because
exactly.
Because right now we don't know what gives them the peace of mind. Let them speak. Yeah, my last story here says that she's back home. Regina Daniels and Ned Nwoku allegedly reconcile after viral marriage scandal.
Haven't they told you people that when two people are married, don't put your mouth inside? You'll be third person right now.
You've already put.
I mean, you people have become third person.
Yeah, and that's all we have in the headlines today.
And that's what we have in the headlines. Back to our big story. This morning, it says that, of course, Ghanaians are outraged after newly enrolled Yaa Asantewaa Girls SHS student breaks down over forced haircut. Now, I'm sure that one way or the other, if you have completed SHS and you're looking to go to tertiary or you're already there, you're done, you recall that we all we're all supposed to cut our hair before going to SHS. It has been going on for a long time, but unfortunately this year, one student has gotten Ghanaians outraged because when her hair was being cut, she was distressed. I've been asking myself who even shot that video. Who did that? And then they put it out there. Her face is out there. Do you know what she's going to go through as a student? She's going to school, and all
her
those
mates who have seen it,
will see it. Those who laugh will laugh. Those who are going to tease her will tease her. Seniors will all act. Why? Even that alone, if it's a discussion we need to have, let's have it. But putting her face out there was so uncalled for. I hope the video is AI. Because right now, dear, AI, no one echo, but it is not good at all. A lot of people have come, they've criticized, people are upset, people are not happy. People think that, listen, this should be, they say it's outdated. Why should you even cut your hair? But I tell you what, it's still ongoing. It's been going on. People have gone to school, cut their hair. That's why when the SHS students finish,
they just go and braid. They're excited.
And they tell us that they are coming for our men because now they feel like they have, all the power to behave like every woman to do what they but I mean, how? So yes, these are, they are questions, and we just have to answer it. We want your thoughts on it. 0548841039, and also remember we are live on Facebook. When you're sharing your thoughts and opinions, you can also share your experiences. If maybe you had to cut your hair to go to secondary school, how your hair was. Some people really had hair. So yes, but for me, in all honesty, when I was cutting my hair, I was happy because when we were in JHS, some people kept their hair, they were braiding, they look so special. And then when you cut your hair, it's like it's nothing. So now when we're all going,
we are all the same.
Oh, that's just by the way, but it's rather unfortunate, and so we want your thoughts on all of this. We're waiting for your messages. Keep them coming. Let's have the conversation, and I believe my ladies already have their messages. Let's read them.
Oh, well, I do have some messages here. This one is from Slim Jerry Afua Alkaline. He says that Africa is lacking certain things in the educational sectors, not haircuts that hinder our intellectual ability. I suffered this way back in my basic, junior high school, and even senior high school, but never gave up. My current picture is just a dream come true for me. I guess he added his picture. Well, Nana Kwame AJ joins in and says that if you won't trim your child's hair, school hair at home, the school is an institution governed by rules and regulations.
We are sorry,
Oh,
please.
we are sorry, we beg. Be calming down. If you are not ready to abide, don't go. And Augustus says that some Ghanaians, not everyone, she looks good with her haircut. So since you are saying some Ghanaians are outraged, just some Ghanaians.
Some Ghanaians don't come on.
Yeah. Well, D. Kofi Dubois says that I just have a simple question. What does hair have to do with education?
Thank
Why
you.
does a student need to cut their hair to learn? Now, Green Hill Isiam says that should our schools have no rules and regulations, let every parent wish and will be done in the schools. And you see, pick a school and conduct a study on the daily routine of students and how they manage time, lifestyle, and studies. This will help us appreciate the situation and stop the blind comparisons with other nations and cultures. The boys too should be allowed to use their natural hair for cornrows and dreadlocks. Well, Brian says that we are fighting for all genders, so don't come and spoil the agenda by should senior high school girls be granted what's. Masa, we have a lot of male Ghanaian students who for some reasons don't want to cut their hair. So if possible, reframing your statement will be appreciated. We hear. Richard Abochiga says that there is a picture of... No, let me not read that one. Now, Yesuba Bright says that someone should tell her, I said she looks much prettier after the haircut. Please. Because she should accept it like that. She is a hairy lady. She will be back stronger than Avatar.
Hey.
Thank you. Sustain GH says that Ghana's education Ankasa is something else. So, can you imagine College of Education denied some students admission just because they wrote their WAEC exams in some private schools? Like how? Really? Is this a thing? Well, CK Legitimate says if we allow this thing to go on, one day boys too will talk, say they won't take them a Rasta and Afro go school. That one they're true. Now Ziulaya says that this issue keeps coming up. When is our education minister going to abolish this primitive law? And I have a few more. This one is from Frank Abe. He says that I know people, including myself, who also cut their hair before pursuing secondary school, who are doctors, lawyers, PhD holders. Cutting hair won't kill anyone. Our secondary schools are there to shape behaviors as well as teach kids to conform to rules. For that reason, there are rules like siesta time, prep time, dining time, school hours, uniform and prescribed wears, acceptable haircuts. If anyone feels their children can't conform to any of these rules, they should sign up for home classes or schools that will allow them to do whatever they like.
I feel like headmistress and headmasters are the ones sending
I'm sure.
because Charlie.
Even the arrangements. Sarah, are you a staff? It says the model of schools we have in Ghana have rules and requirements to shape the children. And these are some of your comments.
Right, I have some more over here. Kelvin says that let us abide by the rules and regulations of the school. If you think your son or daughter cannot have a low cut, just take him or her to another school that accepts that. Kwabena says that she's even lucky she's not Sakura Kwata Kwata. Nathaniel Brown says that we're asking them to allow girls to go to school with their hair long, provided it's natural. Nana Adra says that it's not easy to be Odishe. She won't regret it. Ya's the best. Frimpon says that colonial mentality. Nah. Alvin says rules are rules, simple as ABC. Why don't Rastafarians go to join Ghana Army? Masa, Ghana has bigger problems to solve. If she shaves her hair, it no be 3 years where everything will go end in she will come back to grow in hair again. Manuel says that very soon hair salon will be established in all SHS schools across the country. Where are my hairdressers? One SHS, one hairdressing salon. Parents will be billed for Indian and China hair very, very soon. Obadiah says that it's a colonial thing and we want it to end now. We are not the slaves to any wise doctrines hiding behind idea of decency. If the schools can't ask a white child to cut her hair down before coming to school, then why should they leave our kids and sisters alone to be themselves? Enough of the inferior training mentality. Why are Why are they demonizing the African identity so much, knowing very well that this was what the colonial powers were doing through churches and other institutions to control the African mind? We are woke, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Shidi says that, but she looks more beautiful on low cards. This is Africa. This is Africa. Little sis, you take it in peace or by violence. This one says, good morning, Doreen, Avio, and your beautiful crew. Please, that law is outmoded and it must be reviewed. My name is Richard. This one says, good morning, beautiful Doreen, Debby, Sway, and Yemi. They should trim their hair because they are not out of school. As a student, you should look like a student, not a mother. If care is not taken, Santo will be their portion. Agosia didn't post inside Dansoman. This one says that we are in 2025. Times have changed. We are evolving. Cutting or braiding your hair has no bearing on your education. Okay, let's say it has a negative effect on your education. How about those in private schools with permed hair, etc.? They are even the ones with higher grades, whilst the Sakura ones end up with lower grades. Finally, this one says that, look at that Rasta guy, Tyrone Magai.
Yeah.
Who battled with Achimota because of the dreadlocks. He's literally the only one excelling and achieving higher success in life right now amongst his peers from Achimota.
How do you know, guys?
I stand corrected. Okay, we have corrected you. About time we get rid of this archaic culture of always cutting hair. It reduces the self-confidence of kids. Good morning to everyone. This is Kasanuma GH. So, Miss Avio, a lot of people are not agreeing with this one. And
there's more here. Kim Price says that my problem is if she was a foreigner, they would not do anything to her. But because she's Ghanaian, see how they are treating her. Joe Best says she should have chosen a private SHS. Alfred Kwaku says that you look more beautiful after shaving your hair. That. And then somebody's asking that. Somebody said, which Ghanaians? Biggest Benji says some reason why they don't want some students to take their hair like these to school is that they take play and not sometimes concentrate on learning in class, and it distracts others as well. Okay, Nanadra wrote that they should allow these girls to braid their hair on top of what's happening already. The next you will be advocating for is makeup. We went through it and didn't die. They also won't die. If you think you wouldn't want that for your child, just take them to a private school. Samuel Lansan wrote that you think you will get Ghanaians to start talking about it, or was she not given the rules and regulations governing the school before she went there? Samuel Yeboah wrote that do this to my daughter and hell will break loose. Daniel Edu wrote that they should raise the prostitutes and not the saints. Okay. Eric Scavis says that you people are making the girl unpopular. Hope she doesn't get bullied in school because of this. That was what I was saying. Albert Kofi Adams wrote that ask your mom and your dad which haircut they use when they were in school. Who born dog to use cornrows to school? Better. Samdia says, did she die after the haircut? Kweku Amofa says they didn't cut off her head, only the hair which will grow back. Nobody is outraged. Cephas wrote that if you choose to be a Muslim, you have to wear a veil. If you choose to join the SDA church, you will fellowship on Saturday. Just as if you choose to go before the shrine, you will take off your sandals. If you don't like any of these, then go where you fit in. It is a choice. After all, other schools will allow you to keep your hair. Why go where you are not welcome? Linda Goji wrote that Ghanaians are not outraged. Joe Best says the hair will grow up again. They get attracted to men because they look older than their age. Hair in the boarding school can come with challenges. It can bring unhealthy competition among girl students. You are free to go to private school and keep your hair. We kicked out capital punishment in schools and now we are paying for it. Don't add more to it. Good morning, DaybreakHitz, and thank God it's Friday. The big story, I think it's in the right direction. Ajiman Joseph Kwamtinaike Ajingo the man says, big up yourselves and big shouts to Yemi. Good morning, Her Excellency Doreen, Mr. Excellency Nyamadia. Says to the big story, if ladies are made to leave long hairs, what about the guys too? They should also be given similar opportunity to leave long hair. And Parkwesi Acidic from Dansoman. Good morning. I don't blame those complaining. I rather blame those private JHS schools that don't shape their hair like she will not be crying by now. I'm Hannah from Obuasi. And finally, good morning, everyone. Ghanaians talk and cry too much than the bereaved. There are so many private high schools in the country, so why Yaa Asantewaa if she does not want to cut off the hair? Oh, Efia Ghana. Pascal, Young Fly, Ashaman. These are your messages. And I'm sure the conversation will still go on and on. Like, it's been going on the very day the video dropped.
I'm telling you.
People are still talking. Others are complaining. Seth Ann Simon says, some of us boys who learned how to baba started at secondary school. We used our genius hair to learn, which didn't impede our education, and some even have become professional barbers, which is a form of employment and in abroad. So can't the girls do same? These rules are archaic. Did God make a mistake by creating black girls? Something that other continents are doing and not having a problem. I'm surprised some of you are educated but with static mindset. Bro, for there we are all writing. We'll write though, but I'm saying that it's not just about writing. It's not about criticizing. There's so much more we can do to it. If we want, we should go and sit and have a conversation. Intima Nasandin says that here no dear school authorities should continue cutting a sakura for them. If they don't like that, then they should go to international schools. We did so some things for our country inside here too much. Regards to my area mate Kwame Dazi and your good self, Doreen Avio. Thank you so much. And yes, these are your messages. As I said, the conversation they will continue. Let's take it off social media. Let's have conversations. Let's talk to the authorities rather than just complaining and just talking about it on social media, because that is not enough. As I said, students have been cutting. They've cut this year. Next year they will continue to cut until something is done about it, where we take it away from social media and have the right conversations with the authorities. Please count yourself cutting your hair, and it will happen.
Right.
And as my colleague Jay Foley said, until the millennials leave those places, they will continue to cut their hair. So it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yep. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me with the headlines. I hope to see you, Debbie, back with the lifestyle. Yeah, me all the best. And
I'll see you in the afternoon.
Oh, yes, I will see you, darling. Yes, of course.